And I'm just going to go onto Facebook. Hi, everybody. I hope you're tuning in right now. I'm just popping onto my page just to make sure that I am live. We are live, me and Robbie Mackenzie. I'm going to introduce you to this lovely divine being in a couple of seconds. So, yes, I can see that we're live. So I'm going to come back into Be Live. And I just want to say hi, everybody. Just going to let you come in first, just for a couple of seconds. We've got some new people joining us tonight as well. So I want to say hi and welcome to my page, Walk, Talk, Breathe Angels. I'm Charleen Anna Louise, and if you are new to my page or watching this back at some point at a later date, then I am the author of a book called You're More Than Just a Body. And it's a big fat book, and it's more of a guide, manual, Ascension kind of, I'm going to say a pocket book, but you can't fit that in your pocket. But this book's going to help you as well. So I will post details of this later. So just for you coming in, say hi, let us know you're there. We've got Elmer. I'm going to bring this up to the screen. So Robbie, I'm going to bring people's comments to the screen when they're saying hi, just so you know who's here and who's coming in. So we've got Elmer. Woo-boo, I can see and hear you. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, that's great. So if you just introduce yourself, everybody say hi. I'm going to go straight into introducing the lovely Robbie Mackenzie. Hi, Emma. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's so nice to see you again, lovely lady. Okay, so this is Robbie Mackenzie. I'm introducing you to now on my page, Walk, Talk, Breathe Angels. I've known Robbie Mackenzie for about, I would say, since 2012. And I want to quickly just tell you how I met Robbie. Really, it was actually on Facebook, wasn't it, Robbie? It was through Facebook. In 2012, I had my awakenings. That's when I kind of cracked open my shell and started to sprout. And I went into some kind of transition. And Robbie called me one day. He didn't really know me, but he called me and he spent an hour on the phone with me, and he really coached me in the beginning of my journey. So I want to say thank you live.
Very welcome. Yeah, very welcome.
Okay. So if you don't know, Robbie Mackenzie is the author. He's a teacher, he's a healer. He's the author of a few books. So we have Metatron, this is the Clarion Call, which we're going to talk about later as well. So Robbie, can you hold that up? So this is Robbie's book, the Clarion Call.
Just went and got them there when you were lifting your book up.
Oh, well, I did my book. So hi, Anna, it's nice to see you on again. That's the first book that I actually read of yours, Robbie, was that one. That's your first book, isn't it? And then you brought out another book, which was Metatron, the Healing Book.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a fantastic book, and that was very like energy downloads. Okay. It's no, we've got to show your work. Okay. It's fantastic. And then you've got another set of books, which the Galactic Council, which is all about galactic beings, all that kind of energy coming in. So we've got fantastic. So I'm going to say hi to Leah she's from Brisbane. She's tuning in from Brisbane, Australia. We have Simon just joined us as well. Hi, Simon. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Don't be shy, people. Say hi. Get involved with us. We're going to answer questions later, or should I say Robbie Mackenzie is. So Robbie Mackenzie has been doing this kind of work now for 15 years plus. Okay. So somebody's saying they can't hear or see anything. Okay, can I just ask anybody else to pop up? If we are stuck and you can't hear anything, can you tell me, please? I'm just going to pop onto Facebook, Robbie, just to make sure.
No problem.
Okay. So I'm just going to just refresh this a minute, just so we come back in. Okay, give me one moment. What we don't want to be is stuck when we get to the exciting stuff. Okay, so... so Emma's saying she can hear. That's fine. Okay, so just if your computer's stuck, guys, refresh your computer, get it kick-started again. That's all. And we're not stuck, so we're going to continue. Okay, Anna. Okay, so Robbie has been doing this kind of work now for 15 years plus. So he's very experienced in this. He's been through lots of transitions. I'm sure I can say Dark Night of the Souls. Lots of experiences that have brought you into this, and you are now, you're transmedium, you are a channel for Metatron, really, that's your would you say Metatron is the one that you're working with most right now?
Yes, yeah. Metatron really is. Like, I have my guide Yashubi, and I work with Galactic Council and a few different other guides for different things. But yeah, mainly it's Metatron, and it's Metatron that I feel more as I'm opening up. As the more that I open up, the easier it is to feel that energy and that power. Yeah, and it's the one that I like the most as well. The one that's most obvious to me, does the most. Suppose obvious work, really, you know. I was
going to say how we've got Elizabeth joining us as well. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so Robbie, I'm going to just let you explain a little bit about what you do before we go into anything else. Okay, so Robbie, you live in Hungary now, but you're actually originally from Scotland.
I am from Scotland. Yeah. And I was in Scotland most of my life, really, you know, the odd trip here and there, but really Scotland pretty much until I was told that my twin flame was going to come to Scotland and take me away, which happened, and that's what the new book's all about. I know we're not talking about that yet, but that's what the new book's about. So, and since then, went to Spain, went to Hungary, went to Malta, back to Spain, now back in Hungary, and really just kind of spreading the light. So we are anchors of the light, really. I think that's what we've been told by Metatron, by the Galactic Council. We're here to hold as much light within us as we can hold, so that other people can be helped and can open up themselves, you know. So they get me doing fasts and cleanses and, you know, so that it's easier for the words to come through, and certain exercises to purify the mind, the body, the soul, so that the channelings come through as pure as possible, so that it can energetically help people. And we do downloads, upgrades, we help with an expansion of everything, really, you know. So yeah. So
whenever you write a book, you always go into that cleansing, and you really fast for quite a long time. So you don't just do a weekend fast; you actually fast for quite a long time. Can we ask how long you fast for?
Yeah, well, I'm on today. This is a master cleanse that I'm doing just now. I'm on day 21 of a cleanse just now, but it really just depends. It depends. It really depends, you know. So when I did the Clarion call, it was all in. It was 79 days, which is like 3 months. Like 3 months, you know. But it's it sounds like a hardship, but it's actually not. It's not a hardship. I explain that in the new book as well, the way that I came to it, the way that I understand it, and the way that it's actually changed the way that I am physically, the way that I am not influenced so much by the world, if you like, by the things that, not because when you cleanse, it's not just about what you eat. It's about what you take in, as far as, you know, like not looking at mainstream media, not looking at, you know, anything that is, you know, of a lower vibration, but everything that lifts you up into a more positive spirit and that helps you within that healing vibe. You know, so it's about what you imbibe mentally, as well as emotionally, as well as physically. You know, so it's mental.
I think it's pretty amazing, because I tried to fast and I only got 2 days, and I started to really like that. I challenged myself with that 2 days. Imagine that.
Yeah.
9 days. So I think it's guidance. But I think if Metatron came to me and said, you know, let's just cleanse, let's just go into this different vibration, because I'm going to be, you know, trans channeling and things like that, then I'm going to do it, you know. So you're honoring that time.
Exactly. There is a transition that's happening anyway, you know. I think people are lightening their diet. It's not just about fasting. It's about purifying, about health. You know, it's about what's good for you. It's about what's good for your vibration. It's about what feels good for you and what makes you tick as far as your organism is concerned. But it's also as far as your mind is concerned. What you take in really affects the way that you feel, the way that you think, how your emotions are. You know, it's all part of it. You know, and they get me do. It sounds extreme, but in actual fact, we're like, if you look at the channelings from Bashar, or some of the other beings that come through from the future timeline, they're saying, you know, humanity are heading towards, you know, feeding from the divine anyway, you know. So it's like, it's about a transitional time of, you know, us taking in more cosmic energy, more pure light, more Reiki. Reiki just means Holy Spirit. So as taking in more Holy Spirit, you know, as taking in more of who we really are, you know. So yeah, basically, yeah.
And can we just say hi to, we have your group in New York City.
Yes, hello to New York City. Hello to everybody there. And I don't know whether, I'm not sure whether this is, because this is on your Be Live feed, I don't know whether this has gone live on my page, because nobody's said hello just now. So I don't know whether they're having difficulty getting on.
Let me just share this a couple of, so Robbie, can you tell people what made you go to Spain from Scotland? Because you actually made a big move, didn't you?
I did. Well, yeah, I did. Well, when the divine orchestrated a meeting with me and Angelina, and I had been told about this. This is what my new book is about: Twin Flames, Merkabas, and more. I had been to the weather. Yeah, the weather. Yeah, Emma Spacey says the weather. Yeah, well, definitely the weather certainly had a part to play in that. But Angelina came to Scotland, and it was all divinely orchestrated. And as soon as she had come to Scotland, I had no intentions of leaving, because I'd been told like 10 years previously, I'd been given a channel and saying, your twin flame will come to Scotland. And then kind of your twin flame mission will begin. So I was always waiting, you know, I was waiting for like, where is she? What's happening? Is it this one? Is it that one?
But you actually, you know? You went, and now you're connected, and this energy is just amazing between you two, and you're now working together. It would have been nice to get Angelina on, but I really want to. We're going to go into that very, very soon about really what is the clarion call, because you know you work a lot with the clarion call. Your book, your first book, Metatron. This is the clarion call. So I think the viewers that are going to be watching now and later, we're going to be really finding out what that really means, the clarion call, and then going into finding out really what the Merkaba is, how we can open that. How this can help with Ascension and connecting with Metatron and bringing in these downloads from Metatron. So I think we should start with, what is the clarion call?
The clarion call is the call to action. The clarion call is the point that everybody feels, all light workers that have wanted to do this kind of work. You've felt that energy within you. I need to do something. What do I need to do? You'll read a book by Wayne Dyer, or you'll read a book by, some spiritual author, and you'll go, wait a minute, that's me. I understand this. I don't even need to be told anymore. I know this stuff. I'm trying to remember this stuff. Wait a minute. And the clarion call is just it's the ding. It's the ding, 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 ding. Okay, wait a minute. It's time. And I've got to be writing my book. I've got to be doing my, like you had to write, you're more than just a body, yeah?
Yeah, it's a bit like 11. It's the wake-up call. It's the
wake-up call. That's what it is. It's the alarm going off. The clarion call of Metatron is, well, the book is the clarion call, but the clarion call is a way to show you how to open up to your most intense divine energies. And it's not about you waiting 100 years before you can do enough incarnations to, get to that point. The world is ready to flower now.
Absolutely.
So because the world is ready to flower now, opening your Merkaba is the fastest way to get into that divine, because we are all divine. Every being is, everything is divine. The whole thing is divine. It's all a big illusion. And the clarion call helps you open your Merkaba. And your Merkaba, there's two parts. There's the flower of life, which is the holographic image of everything, right? You see that flower of life, the circles, right? So that's one circle multiplied. So the oneness multiplied and multiplied and multiplied and multiplied, so that is the illusion, the reality, the creation that we experience. And within that flower of life, the Merkaba is the divine masculine within that. Now, it's not like male and female, it's active and passive. So the flower of life is the passive, it's the creation. And the Merkaba is the way that you tap into that flower of life creation. So that's our individual snowflake. It's funny, it's perfect snowflake. It's a snowflake shape, right? So we are individual snowflakes within the flower of life. Hi, Kim. So,
Hi, Kim.
you know, so the clarion call helps you access that. It helps you open that through love. It helps you understand what that means for you. You know, it helps you balance your emotions. It helps you. Most light workers have gone through a lot of hard times, a lot of depression, a lot of because of sensitivity. We're so sensitive to the outside world. We're so sensitive to what is happening in the world and the extrasensory part of our existence that it can be really hard when you're not opening your gifts, when you're not empowering yourself, when you're not realizing that what you say to yourself that is positive is important, is vital, is really important. And the meditations that you do, some of them need to be very specific to help you open up the most intense part of it. And that leads on to, once you get the hang of that, because first of all, because it goes to a few different levels. The Merkaba can bring you into your avatarhood, into you being Krishna, Jesus, Buddha, you know, the highest part of vibration that you can manifest and heal and thyself, because Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. You are God's. Jesus said, you know what I mean? So I think that is quite a big authority, you know. But that's each individual person. Nobody's more special. I'm not more special than you. You're not more special than anybody. We're all just as special as everybody else. We're just having an illusion of separation, and it's getting back into that divine part so that we can live the separation on a more expanded basis, so that we can live more joy.
Separation and becoming the oneness, which is what we all want. We all want the oneness.
Yeah.
But to get oneness, we have to heal the things that need healing, that create separation in the first place.
Exactly.
A lot of people are at the moment going to the shadow to been, you know, just being trampled on for eons, and this lifetime is all about stepping out of that. It's actually, this lifetime for many people is really about stepping off the karmic wheel and liberation. It's liberation. It's the freedom.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. And someone's saying it's frozen.
It froze for me for about 20 seconds there as well, but it's back for me now.
Is it back, Elizabeth? Are we back? We may be having the energy.
It's quite high energy, eh?
The energy is so strong tonight. Okay, you've got two galactic beings. So if we freeze, we apologise. We don't know what to do about that, apart from just take a little couple of seconds. I need to just nip on to the Facebook again, just to check and to refresh it and make sure that we're not stuck completely. Okay, so Robbie, maybe we can talk about within Merkaba, and you know, we want to really open that and ways that people can do that. I think people need to know what can they do that they can do, you know, because a lot of people are getting really overwhelmed with a lot of things, and they think, oh my God, Merkaba, light body, this and that.
Yeah. It seems like it's very complicated, but I mean, ultimately, it's all about love, you know. It's all about love. It's all about what the Merkaba does is it brings you into your divine love self, right? And the more that it's basic spiritual principles. It's not just about being loving, but it's about experiencing the love, about experiencing it on a more regular basis, about recognizing the importance of daily prayer, of daily meditation, of daily, you know, whatever that you do that vitalizes your body. Do you know what I mean? Going for a walk in nature, you know, doing something that you love, you know, making sure that you have you time, you know, and bringing you into that power within yourself. You know, it can be very overwhelming. I love Metatron too, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Yeah. So, you know, it is. the Merkaba meditation can be quite specific. It asks you to visualize certain specific parts of your light body to spin your tetrahedrons. So we are made of two tetrahedrons that spin in opposite directions. The sacred geometry, yeah, that's what it is. But it's the smallest part of that. So the part that is us. What that does is hi Ton, you made it. Ton, you made it here. That's our New York group. Hi,
hello, Tonya. Nice to have you.
Hi, Tonya.
From New York. It's everybody around the world. It's fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, welcome New York. Yeah. So, and they're lovely people in New York, and they meet in Central Park, and they meet in Tonya's apartment as well.
Come, please.
Yeah. Well, really, I really want to go. Yeah, we will go. But yeah, it opens things up on a more tangible level, because it's good to meditate. It's really good to meditate. And meditation, there's many different meditations. It can just make you calm. It can just be good for you to make you calm. But the Merkaba meditation is one step beyond just being calm. It's not just about being calm. It's about you recognizing on a very tangible level that you are divine. That's what it is. And in the full opening of it, you have the experience of being one with everything. You know, like I say that, and you know, it does sound like, you know, a lot is a bit cheesy and cliche, but that's what it does. That's what it does, and it opens up your power on a much more. It deepens your charisma. It deepens the way that you can direct energy as well. It deepens the way that you can direct energy. It deepens the way that you can heal. It can bring you into the place where you can bilocate. It brings you into the place where you can move into these different dimensions much easier. You know, and when you're deep in meditation, you can. I'm very often with the New York group. We've not gone there physically in our physical vessels yet, but I'm often there when they're doing a meditation in Central Park or in Tonya's apartment. So, you know, it helps with that. You know, and plus you're encouraged to do your mudras, to work out to figure out what your mudras are as well, and how to use them and how to activate them so that you can direct energy. So that you can direct energy with your mind, and so that you can direct energy with your vessel. You know, you always see these statues of Buddhas, and they all have these different mudras and different ways of holding their hands. You know, and that just might look like just a nice dance, and in some ways it is, but it is also functional. It helps you, because when you move into the deeper part of your Merkaba, it helps you steer your Merkaba within your mind. It helps you work through the timeline of creation. So it helps you go back in time, go forward in time to the different potential timelines. It helps you work out things for where you're moving and activating all the different parts of you. And you are very complex, but the journey towards that, or the steps towards that, are not that complex. Do you know what I mean? So it is simple. That a child could understand it. It's just your Merkaba. It's just love. It's just what we are. But it's so complex that you could never understand it in a million years if you were trying to understand it with the rational human mind. So, you know, it's the sacred geometry of it is mind-boggling on one half, and on the other half, it's very simple. So God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, gives you the way to activate, which expands your understanding, but it has to be experiential, you know, because every different person will experience it in a different way, you know. So yeah, that's basically
it's very personal and individual experience for everybody. We have another one of your buddies from New York City joining.
Hi, Kathy B.
Is it Kathy?
Kathy, yeah.
Hi. Welcome to Walk Talk Green Angels. you know, the Merkaba, it sounds like a complex and complicated thing, but actually it really isn't. And it really is about a state of being as well, beingness. It's being in that energy and
yes.
not going outside all the time to try and to figure this out.
Exactly. It doesn't come from outside you. Exactly. And it's recognizing you already have this. Like, you don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to go along to the Merkaba showroom and buy a new Merkaba, you know? That is already who you are. And that Merkaba that you have is the Merkaba that you have had in all of your different lifetimes. So what you are activating is your eternity. What you are activating is where you have been and where you are going. And the vessel, we have this physical, finite, human vessel, and we have that for a certain amount of time. However, we expand that lifetime or come into the divine energy. But our Merkaba is the light body that we have always had, and that we always will have. So it's already there. It's just about having the experience of it.
So would you say the Merkaba is the light body, and the light body is also the higher self? It's all connected, isn't it?
It is. And we look at it from the higher self, like as if it's above you or if it's out there somewhere. But instead of actually, when you have the experience of it, you have the experience of exploding in love, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like you explode in love. But what you're actually doing is you're imploding in love.
Absolutely.
Because the love is already there.
I don't call my higher self that much these days. I call it my unified self, because I'm so united, and I'm going through the soul merge as we speak. And I'm going through the embodiment of the higher self, which is the united self, really, unified self. And I'm in the process of embodying unconditional love. And believe me, it can be easy for some people, but it depends on what conditions you've got on love. And I had a few conditions, so I've had to go into the shadow side to remove the conditions, to embody the unconditional love. So I'm in that process right now of just kind of one big vibrating bump. I'm just like walking around like, woohoo! Baby love.
I love, man.
Absolutely.
But it's always ebbing and flowing. It's always ebbing and flowing, you know?
So Emily's asking, does the Merkaba hold the memories and so forth, like the DNA?
It holds everything. It is the access point to the Akashic records. It's the access point to all that has ever been and all that will ever be. It is the 0 point. It's the point where all things merge. So when we say we are all one, it's not like we talk about the Big Bang, right? We worked out the Big Bang by observing the universe. The universe is expanding. So by reverse engineering, we reversed the process so we could work out how old the universe was, right? So the universe now, by reversing it, reversed into the Big Bang, which is that. So at one point, this physical universe was there. It was in the head of a pin, right? So you could fit it inside your fingers, right? So that means that everything that ever was, everything that ever will be in the physical universe was in that tiny little space, right? That tiny little space contains not only this physical universe, but the multiverse. The multiverse, i.e., there are many different universes in many different dimensions, and they are all contained within the center point of your Merkaba. So not only are you accessing, first of all, your own physical experiences of all of your incarnations and all of your memories and all of what you've done in all your past life and who you've been with and all your lovers and all your jobs and all your missions and everything personally, but you can access everything.
Oneness with everything.
Oneness, yeah.
That's where we're heading, guys. Oneness with everything, you know. I remember, Robbie, I said for, like, in the first stages of my awakening, every day I thought I was oneness. I was like, I am oneness. I'd have it as a mantra, and I'm like, I am oneness, I am oneness. And I realize now, at this stage of my ascension and evolution, that me saying it just it didn't mean I was oneness. It's a little bit deeper than that. becoming oneness and embodying the higher self and becoming that, embodying merging with the monad and all of that is, looking back now, I'm just like, I am oneness. Well, no, actually, you've got a few layers to crack and break down first.
That was perfect for you at that time, though. That was perfect for you at that time. And that's why it's important as well, because it's always ebbing and flowing. And in our mastery, we get to a certain point, or we feel a certain thing, or we have a certain siddhi power, or we open up to something that happens, and then we think, oh, that's it now, that's me, I'm divine. And you are divine, but your ego plays that trick on you, and you think you're, oh, that's it, that's me, man, I'm sorted now. And then something will happen that will bring you back and realize it's always happening. You're always ascending. You're always moving forward towards a higher place, and that's what the healing book helps us with as well. The downloads and the upgrades help you. We're talking about your filter system. It's like what you've been taught, or what your understanding is, or what your belief is about relationship, about friendship, about what do I think about these people? What do I think about those people? What judgment am I using because of the template that I've been given within this lifetime? Do you know what I mean? What are my biases? What do I need to address within myself that is really just bad philosophy, or really just, a bad programming? That's what the Galactic Council goes on about programming as well. It talks about words being programming. We are essentially fleshy machines, fleshy computers that get programmed, and the downloads and the upgrades help you release from the cellular memory, not only your past life biases or contracts, or however you want to put that, what's gone on in previous lifetimes, but from this lifetime as well. It's like, who am I? Why am I thinking that thing about that person? Why am I thinking about this thing about that situation? Am I thinking correctly? Am I thinking with divine light? Am I thinking with unconditional love? And it makes you question yourself. It makes you even more so when you're called a spiritual teacher. Because it's a double-edged sword as far as being a spiritual teacher, or being a guru, or being a holy man, It's like, oh, wait a minute, I'd better get my stuff together, because I'm just a human.
We are all teachers and we're all students, and I think the best teacher that you can have is your higher self.
Yes.
A good teacher will help you to empower you into your own powers. And yes, that's a great teacher. We're not here to do the work for you. I've been teaching now, really properly about 5 years. But this year, 2017, has been a massive wake-up call. I had a second awakening. It was like, right, okay, I thought I had it in the bag, but actually I had to go to such a deeper level of healing for myself to understand really what things really meant. So I can truly empower anyone that comes into my path. I can empower them so they can walk their path and empower another. And this is what we're about now. We're empowering.
Yes, that's what it is. It's empowering. That's what the energy is. No longer, I want to follow in and worship me. It's about recognizing that divinity within everything.
Yeah. So, Robbie, Elizabeth has just said, is there anything we can actually say in prayer or meditation that will help kickstart with Metatron? But before we answer that, Elizabeth, I think we should talk about Metatron. And because, a lot of people that are going to watch this, whether they're watching it now live or whether they go onto YouTube or they watch it at a later date, people say, who's Metatron? And people even say to me, is it a transformer or something? Okay, so people...
Megatron, yeah.
We'll come back to Elizabeth with that. Don't worry, we will come back to you. So, Robbie, who is Metatron? Archangel Metatron.
Well, Metatron is the name, the insignia, or the frequency that the Merkaba and Kabbalah go by, right? To the flower of life, really. And it is the they say there's lots of different origin stories about Metatron. That he was Enoch and he became an angel and all this stuff. Well, because there's two parts. There is the being that embodies the energy of Metatron that you can call upon to help you and to help you open your Merkaba, right? But there is also, it is a point of consciousness. It is like a point of, it's like an office. It's like an office of, the office of the Metatron, right? So what I mean by that is because we are all one, right? The deeper that we go into oneness, the more that we can access the different levels, like we can access the Christed energy, we can access the Buddhic energy, we can access the Krishna energy, we can access the Metatron, right? And I see it like an office, like it's the office of the Metatron, right? So when we are working, first of all, with the being of Metatron that embodies everything that Metatron stands for, we call upon that level, but then it comes to us, so we end up embodying that within ourselves. So we come to the place of the embodiment of the Metatron, the embodiment of the office of the Metatron. So, in other words, I am Metatron, you are Metatron, we are all Metatron, right? And it's about you connecting with that first to then access your Merkaba, because that's what Metatron helps with, and then open your filter system to be energized and to come into the oneness through the Merkaba. So that's the purpose of it. That's the energy that's opening up just now. And that's why your Merkaba is becoming a bit of a buzzword now. It's like Reiki. When Reiki first started or first became popular, it was like a buzzword. It was like, oh, Reiki, do you do Reiki? Yeah, I do. I'm a Reiki master. Yeah. Oh, well, I've got level 1, you know, I've got level 2, you know. It became quite a cool thing, you know, to have Reiki. And it's becoming the same thing with Merkaba. And that is Metatron's gift. And Metatron's cube, which contains all the Platonic solids. It contains all of sacred geometry. Every different permutation of everything can be made within Metatron's cube. So Metatron as a personality comes through as pure power, pure integrity, pure light, pure healing. And when you are brave enough, because that's why they had me fasting and cleansing, this isn't for the faint-hearted. You know, if you really want to address your deepest self, Metatron will quickly get you there, you know. But that is you really investing in your spirituality. You're really investing in finding out what's this illusion really all about, and how can.
In the beginning, when people start waking up, you go into everything, don't you? And I still do, but my main guide is myself, and then I go straight up monad, creator, and Gaia. But I love bringing Metatron's energy in. I love bringing archangels in. I love all of that. And I think we should just expand into all of it. But Metatron is very powerful. And I think if you're serious about the Ascension path, then this archangel, this energy, this frequency will definitely give you a shift and put you to work a little bit. I usually sit with Metatron and just ask him to, just allow the sacred geometry to come through. Yeah. And I can just feel it synchronizing and cleansing my chakra system. And, I can just find all these things start to happen. It's just amazing.
It's
beautiful energy. And it really is strong. It's very strong.
It's really powerful. Yeah, really, really powerful, you know. Yeah. Hi, Alison.
Hi, Alison. How are you, my lovely? Don't worry, you can watch this, you can continue now, but you can go back and watch it, okay? It's going to be live on YouTube as well, not live, but recorded kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. I need a stronger lemon in this water. Like my cup, by the way. This is you're more than just a body.
There you go, flower of life. Yeah, perfect.
That's the flower of life.
Of course, you've got the flower of life in the front of your book, eh?
Yeah, of course. So Metatron is a frequency that can help you with Ascension. It works with geometry, it works with the Ascension and the light body activation, all that kind of deep stuff, So is there anything that we can do to let people experience Metatron? I mean, can we do like a little prayer just to bring the energy in for everyone that's here right now? Okay, so Robert's going to do a little prayer. I'm going to just join forces with that energy. And so we're just going to ask you ready to take a deep breath. Everyone that's watching, whether it's now or whether it's later on, it doesn't matter. We're all connected all the time, okay? So we're just going to ask you to take a few deep breaths and just completely come into your heart space and relax.
Father, Mother, God, we pray to you, truth, beauty, love and light. May all that we say and do today at this time be in alignment with your divine will. We ask for Metatron to open our individual Merkabas, to open all our chakras, to open our toroidal field and everything that we need at this moment. Help us be humble in our understanding. Help us release, surrender. Help us be open to receive the divine downloads and upgrades of the divine Metatronic expansion. As we feel this energy, we bow in humble surrender and allow the light to come through us. We ask this in your name, which is love. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so some of you may have felt that, the energy of just, thank you, Robbie, for that divine energy. I don't know about you, but I feel extremely grounded and balanced with that prayer, actually. And I just love the energy. And it's really, I feel that it's so important that when we do any kind of spiritual work where we're connecting or, expansion or anything like that, we always start off with some kind of prayer and gratitude. It just really opens that space to allow it to enter on a deeper level instead of just going bang, bang, bang straight into something. If we come from a very, very delicate, grateful heart space, you will get so much more and it will be beautiful, So I hope you enjoyed that. That was beautiful. I'm going to play it back myself and go through that. So, Robbie,
just so you all know, Charleen and I did a prayer before we came on. So just so you know, yeah, we were prepared.
Elizabeth, how did you find that? Did you enjoy that? So look, okay, I'm just going to make sure. We're not stuck, are we? If anybody needs to say anything, if we're stuck. I know the energy is a little bit crackly. Sometimes when I talk, it's a little bit, woo, so maybe I'm the one they're not hearing very well, but I think you're, okay, so Elizabeth said, wow, thank you, Robbie, she feels so calm. That's what I felt. It was a really nice, calm feeling. So I want to talk about the downloads and the activations because people they ask, what are downloads? What are activations? What is that about? And what can we do? And how can we receive? And things like that.
Well, this is what the healing book was all about. I did a 40-day fast for this as well. It was really important. I go into this in the Twin Flames, Merkabas and More book as well. And I didn't know anything about downloads or upgrades before I channeled the book. It's a workbook. These are workbooks. They're not terribly long books, but they're really packed with exactly what you need. But the different downloads, it's a point in prayer and a point in the activations of what it is you need. So they put it like, Metatron says at the end of the book here as well, as you assimilate these downloads in this book, understand that we've put it to you in such a way that you understand that, like your computer systems, until you have completely downloaded the program, you can't use it. So therefore, this book must be used as a workbook. So the downloads and the upgrades are you coming into the point of integrity within yourself, the point where you are ready to embody your own power, So as you are ready to do that, there are points of prayer, and they get you to do in the book, they get you to sit and be ready to allow the downloads to come. So you feel it like a download, and it's expressed to you in a download, but it's more like an opening up, really, And the way that they put it to you is so that you can understand, like when you have a computer, it's, when you have a computer, it just works better. It just is faster. You've just got more memory, you're able to do more things, So that's how they put it to you, so that you can understand this is you opening your light body so that you function more effectively, so that your emotions are more balanced, so that you've got greater discernment, so that you're at a point where you're that calm and invades your whole life, And there are different ones. There's a bliss download. There's a clearing of your divine kundalini, so that you clear all of the sexual things within your filter system. I mean, I think religion has made us, afraid to be sexual beings because everything's born in divine sin, and all of that stuff. And it helps clear all of that. It helps you open up to everything. And there's different ones, there's different downloads, there's different upgrades, but they basically are bringing you into the freer point where you are actually more intuitive in your actions. You're more intuitive in your being, in your day-to-day being, you know. And it just opens everything. And it's opening us to the galactic center. It's opening us to the expanded version of the whole universe, the expanded universe as well. You know, everything that's there.
I mean, going into the universe, we are actually receiving downloads a lot, to be honest with you, especially from really 2012 was a huge download. I remember being at Stonehenge in England. I was guided to just go there. I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you, but when I got there, I realized that I was receiving this energy, and it just catapulted me forward very, very quickly. So, you know, what Robbie's saying is these downloads are coming through his book. It was the channel. So he didn't actually write the book. It was the energy of frequency of Metatron coming into the book to allow you to be open, to help you be open to receive these downloads. And, you know, we've got them downloads. Then, like I said, we have the cosmic downloads, the galactic downloads, all of these things that are happening right now on the planet. You know, these downloads are light. The light particles that are coming in, light codes, that are really making us observe ourselves, turn inwards and look at ourselves, clear ourselves from lower vibrations and density. And literally, we're clearing out the space to allow more of what you're talking about, the Merkaba, allowing this light, allowing ourselves to become what we are.
Yeah.
What we truly are, which is multidimensional light beings. We are Christ-lighted beings underneath all of the layers and conditioning. We are going back home. That's what I always call it. I am on my way back home. And I always say that every single day, I'm coming back home, you know, not in a dying way, because we don't die, but just in a oneness way. And I know that this is my last lifetime. So I work really, really hard in this lifetime to clear everything. That's why my shadows are quite deep. Sometimes I feel like I want to hang myself sometimes. Like, why me? But I know that the more I do and the more I clear, the more I bring through, and the more I expand, and the more I become unconditional love, the more I become the Christ light. And that's why I came here. And my job, and
that's who you are, yeah.
Me and Robbie and many people around the world like me and Robbie are here to go through this, to experience this, so we can then help you and empower you, because most of you are actually going through it and you don't even realize you're going through it. You know?
Everybody's going through it at some level. Everybody is going through it at some level. In fact, the whole world, like, there's different levels. Like, this is the spiritual ascension we're talking about opening your light body, about gaining your city powers, about recognizing, you know, that you can do an awful lot more with this you know, existence than you really think, you know. But there's different levels of ascension happening. You know?
I'm just reading a couple of comments. We've got Alison said, I had my first experience of Metatron during meditation the other day. She was shown some symbols and she did a very simple drawing and researched it. And it looked very similar to Metatron's cube. What is that used for? So, Robbie?
Yeah, well, that's to help you. Like, as you're drawing and as you get these symbols in, these are divine activations. Like, I've got the Kabbalah on my arm here, actually, which is the absolute certainty in the power of God, healing and miracles. It's like all these different kinds of symbols, and especially your Merkaba, the Metatron's cube, is here to help you. It's like a yantra. These are yantras. These are drawings that help you focus on the center, so that it can help you activate the Merkaba. It talks about that in the Galactic Council books as well. That you're drawing them, you're doing that naturally, you're doing that automatically. So that's wonderful. Great, Alison. Fantastic. Yeah, you're doing really well.
If somebody wanted to use the cube, the Metatron's cube, in a meditation, can they just visualize this cube coming down through their monad and into their system and being inside it? Can they do all of that? Would you recommend that?
Well, you're already inside it. That's what the meditation of the Merkaba is, from this center place, because the center place of your heart, the heart is the center chakra, right? So it's the center point. Everything up here is your expression. Everything that's down here is the earth, is the physical, and this is the center point where the Merkaba is. The Merkaba spins around the axis of the center of your heart. Right, so you are in Metatron's cube already. You don't have to put on Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube is already who you are. So it's about you experiencing that. So when you visualize that around you, when you visualize your Merkaba spinning, you're visualizing the center of Metatron's cube. So seeing that, it's the three-dimensional Metatron's cube, because your Merkaba is in the middle of the cube. So when you open that up, you're opening up what is in your center. So the Merkaba meditation is you spinning that, and then you having the direct experience of that opening up.
I like the fact that you said, Robbie, about that, we're already inside it, and I want to highlight something here as well about everything, okay? Because so many of you are going on the outside to try and to grab things, to connect with things, to feel things. When if you just turn that in and go in, and you are a magnificent being. You would be surprised how much power you hold. You are everything. There's nothing on the outside of you. And I've had to learn this, okay? I've had to learn this. I mean, I was calling forward my, for months I was saying, I call and invoke my divine feminine goddess energy to rise. And I realized nothing was happening because I was calling on the outside for it.
Yeah, calling it out. Yeah, exactly.
And I allow it just to rise. So, that's where, we have to go in. So Emily's saying, she saw, I'm just reading a comment out. I saw the Merkaba spinning around me when I was in Heaven's Healing Meditation room meditating, and I saw two of these galactic healers who were about 10 foot. So she's just saying that she's tuning in. Emily tuning in quite a lot of galactic light beings. She's very open to that, and a few people are, to be honest with you. I can be anytime I want, but I just control it more now. I try just to stay with the higher self as much as possible because I'm going through a process right now. That works for me. So I think, it's whatever's right for you at the time. Just embrace it. If it feels good and it's working for you, then it's great. So, Robbie, for the Merkaba, is there anything we can do for a couple of minutes to help people experience the Merkaba, or anything that we can help them to open up in a different, or anything? Is there anything we can give them to experience, like a little meditation, or I don't know, only if you feel guided, that is?
Well, I've never really gone, I can see, like, I can see the time, actually. The hours are really nearly gone in, eh?
Time does really go quick, okay? Time goes quick. So, but I think, like what Robbie said earlier, I think with opening up the Merkaba and experiencing that, we could get you visualizing it. But I think, like we said before, there's things that have to be removed for that to come into place. So there could be, the shadow work and stuff like that. And I suppose your book does offer the whole thing. It's a journey.
Well, the 4 books are a complete Ascension course, really. So everything that you need, if you're meant to do that course, you will do that course. But that is definitely, that's you really surrendering to your higher self. But because we've not got much time and just feeling divinely led here, just if you just give me a second, just because we've not got that much time, So if everybody just relaxes.
So if everyone just takes some deep breaths, right? I always talk about breath and the importance of breath. Inhale, fall.
Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Breathe in love. Breathe out peace.
Just bring yourself into that heart.
I am Metatron. come to you in divine light. I offer you the call that is within, that is happening all over your globe. You're ascending. You're recognizing the mightiness of the being. You're coming into the full understanding of who you are, of what you're here for. You're beginning to see that you do not have to live the life of slavery, of drudgery, of being held down, negative concepts. You are free. You are divine beings. Your Merkaba is ready and open. And as you surrender, as you connect, as you commit to yourself, to the love that is within, to opening up to your true self, you will see the mightiness of your being. And everything that has gone before will seem like child's play. You are graduating. You're in the graduating classes of humanity on the earth plane. You're opening up to your divine powers. And everything that you can visualize, you can create, you can manifest, you can materialize. Centering yourself and pulling yourself, your four body system completely together, will open you to worlds that you can never imagine within this human experience before now. The quarantine has been taken off your planet. Your species is ready to embrace divine unconditional love. You are this love. The mightiness of your beings will expand exponentially as you surrender. A daily routine we recommend for you to connect. And the more you do, the more power will be imbued upon you. You're opening to the mightiness of the whole of creation. And you are ready. This is the clarion call for all beings. I am you, and you are me. We are one. I am Archangel Metatron, and I love you. Be at peace.
Thank you, Archangel Metatron, who was working through Robbie. I'm just going to allow Robbie just to come back into his own frequency, just to come back into perfect harmony and balance. Thank you, Robbie. It's got great energy, Metatron, hasn't it? You look like you're ready for bed now. So we've got just a few minutes left just to finish up, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for you coming on tonight, all of you joining us from different parts of the world, and all of you guys in New York who are part of Robbie's group. I hope to come to New York at some point, and maybe we can do something. You never know, you know. The world's our oyster. We can do what we want, really. We just got to put it out there and let it flow. So I want to say thank you, Robbie, for coming on my page, for explaining to the viewers more about the Merkaba and really what that is, and on a deeper level, and how we have to work hard at really opening this and expanding ourselves, and and just bringing that energy in. And I also want to say to everybody here, don't focus too much on what you need to be doing all the time. Just be. So many of us, we're just obsessed with having to do rituals to bring in Metatron, when in fact, like Robbie said, we're already there. We're already part of that energy. And if we just kind of step back from wanting and needing and expecting, and we just go back into that place of receiving, and with a grateful heart, right now, you're all here right now, all in a collective consciousness. We're all connected, and Metatron is with us all. I mean, right now, as we are connected, we are having a download. It's not about sitting there saying, "Can I have a download? Can I have it now?" No, just by being and just feeling that energy and allowing. It's all about allowing and just opening the heart space. And when you do that, Metatron will just be flowing through your cells, your DNA, and it's with all of you right now. And believe me, you'll be surprised what this has done. Just tuning in to Robbie tonight, who works with this energy on a constant daily basis. I mean, it's amazing. So it's not about going on the outside looking for too much. It's just being with you.
Go with them.
Okay, so let me just
do the clarion call, Tonya says. Yeah, do the clarion call.
Do the clarion call. So again, just before we go, I just want Robbie to hold up your books, Robbie, because people can have one more look. So the first book that you did was the
Metatron, this is the clarion call.
This is the first book that I read when I was first awakening, okay? And I read it on the book every day going to work on the bus. I read that first book, and it really, really helped me a lot. So thank you. It grabbed my attention, let's put it that way. That's quite an impact, that first book. The second book is more of just an energy. It's not even about you writing loads of stuff. It's about just allowing each page that you go through. Just allow.
It's a workbook. Yeah.
And then you've got your Galactic Council, which what are they about? The Galactic Council books. I've not read them.
Well, they're about connecting to the divine higher council of beings. This is the other part of Ascension that is about their galactic, our source energy. Not the source energy, the expanded energy of other beings, of all the other beings that are there, the star seeds and the. Everybody else. But I think we're just about out of time, So for now, Clarion Call and the Healing Book is getting you into that power place, So, but listen.
Don't worry, it's not going to cut off, Robbie. I can end it when I land.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay.
But you're panicking, think it's going to cut off.
No, I just on the time.
Let's find out if it just cuts off after an hour. So yeah, I'll put the links of Robbie's books and his website. Please get in touch with it. I want to know more about this. We're all in divine service. We're all trying to be present in this crazy time.
Yeah. You're all divine. You're all divine. We love you all. Thank you for joining in.
Don't forget to check my book out, okay? I offer a free chapter. Robbie's read the whole book, Yeah,
I have, fantastic. I had to, I'm in it. No, but it's very good. It's very good. It's very good.
I have to shamelessly say that. I've not even left you a review on yours, so I need to go and do that because I've just been everywhere else but here. But anyway, so I'm going to say thank you to all of you that joined us tonight. Thank you to Robbie. Robbie, say hello to your twin flame, Angelina, who I met in 2012. I met her before you. It's just amazing how it all works out, okay?
Yeah, it's all synchronicities,
Yeah, so I'll link all the details. In fact, just give me what I can do here is just pop. Is this your website, Robbie? What I'm going to put up now on the screen? It's not coming up, is it? Okay, I'm going to do it in the link. Right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you, and hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you. Lots of love, lots of light, lots of...
Afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye.
I think I'm still